Alright guys, hey, thanks for joining me on this video. This one's kind of special. I am outside, as you can see behind me. It's the Ontario Court of Justice Provincial Offences Court. This will be my first audit, and we're just going to see if they respect our rights to film government entities from a public place. Alright, thanks for joining me. We'll put it in wide angle there. It's a really beautiful building. They actually just built this very, very recently. I don't know what the little white dots on those windows are, but it's something pretty special, I think. Either that or they are from when they built them, and it hasn't been actually finished. There's a Canadian flag. Jesus Christ. Look at the state of that flag. How's that a kick in the teeth for anyone who's in love with this country? My Lord, look at the state of those flags. That's an embarrassment. If you're watching this from out of province or out of country, I apologize for having to show you this. That is our national symbol, our provincial symbol, and then the government entities flags, all in dreadful state, horrible state. We might have to launch a Kickstarter for them. All right, anyway, we're gonna keep moving around. We are on the sidewalk here, so we're well out of the way. Oh look, there's someone in there. Oh crap, he noticed us. Oh shit, we're in trouble. All right, let's slowly keep moving along here. We'll just go up to the end of the parking lot here and then back, and then we'll cover the front of the building. Delivery dude. At least it's not so damp today, eh? Yeah. All right, guys, just to give you a little bit of context here, I am out here and I'm wearing my ballistic body armor here. So if anything, it's going to cause a bit of a stir, I imagine. And we'll see if there's any response. Ideally, we're looking for no response, since it is not illegal to film from a public spot, as you guys all know. So what we're hoping for is no response. But if they do respond, they'll respond civilly, right? I'm not asking for them to, obviously they're going to get called out for suspicious, but that's no reason to lose your civility. You're still working for the people. Protect and serve, remember? All right, so I'm gonna flip you around, guys, give you a better view again. This is actually quite a sizable parking lot. There's a lot of spots here. Just to give you a quick look around the neighborhood as well. Right across the street, this is a residential street right here. Wow, look at those clouds. Beautiful, beautiful. You'll notice they're moving fast too. Anyway, enough of the clouds. This isn't a weather report. Ooh, we got a city vehicle here. He's probably here in regards to something city Maybe he got a ticket and he's got to come and deal with it. Car just pulling in. Just to be on the safe side, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not exactly fully sure of the laws on this. I'm not actually even gonna go on their property, even though I'm pretty darn sure this is public access or publicly accessible due to it being a parking facility, and the fact there's handicapped spots on here, right? So again, look at this, no smoking, no vaping. It's got an Ontario symbol on it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's I know in the States it has to have a statute on it for it to be actually legal. So I'm not sure what how that would pertain to this, and if indeed it would be an issue here if you were, say, caught smoking out, if you could actually get off because there's no statute actually posted on the sign, right? Anyone can post a sign, so I don't know. It's also entirely possible that the little symbol on the side of it by the edge is probably also something like that as well. So anyway, look up here, there's the flags again. I'm often shocked at how the state that some of these organizations let their flags get to, and this is one of the more shocking ones I've actually seen, where it's tattered and crappy, and it's pretty much it actually looks more like an embarrassment to you as an organization, and definitely doesn't adhere to any sort of looking good for your organization. So anyway, this is the provincial court back, the side building. We're gonna move around to the front. Let me spin you guys around. These guys probably do a pretty tough job, I imagine. Court people, awful lot of paperwork and what have you. Hey, I want to say a big thank you to all the auditors out there that have inspired me. At some point in the future, I may even do an audit of the local NRP. That should be entertaining if you've seen my my other videos. Let's get the zoom in, just give you a... All right, so now I know that it might look sus, but suspicion is not a crime. Let's see if we can't get a shot of the crappy flags. There you go. The tatters of the... How's that for a symbol? The court government building, and it's got flags that look like crap. Anyway, I imagine they'll fix that up. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. Hey, how are ya? Good. What can I do for you?
Well, you're filming the courthouse, sir.
You're absolutely right.
I'm just
Sure am.
wondering why you're doing that.
Why would I have to explain that to you?
I'm just asking.
Oh, just curious. You're just curious?
Well, it's just that there are rules about recording in and around the courthouse.
In public. Me standing here on public, and you're going to come and dictate what I can photograph?
No, that's not what
That's
I
exactly what you're
said.
implying.
I said that there are rules about.
So tell me the rules. What's the rules?
courthouse.
In fact, let's start over. What's your name and badge number, sir? 9029?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Tim.
My name's Dwayne. Nice to meet you, Tim. So you're saying basically there's rules and they would pertain to me filming out here on public?
Sometimes, yes.
What would that be?
Well, the rules are for recording in a courthouse.
In a courthouse, right? In a
and around
courthouse.
the courthouse.
Bullshit. I'll call you on that if that's not what it says.
If you want to come
In a
inside,
courthouse,
I'll show you.
unless there's a judge's signed order about the property around or a gag order, there's no such thing.
Actually, section, I believe it's 126 of the Ontario Justice Act says that in and around a building where a courthouse could or might be, or any accused person might be.
I'm not sure about that. So when CNN or say CKY comes here, what do they got to ask you for permission to film?
Actually, CNN
From the.
is a
I know,
American
I get
channel,
that. Yeah.
so they have different rules in the States.
But when a news media company comes here and sets up camera out here on the sidewalk, there's nobody has to ask permission. There's no press pass or.
Recording of the sidewalk on the sidewalk is different than recording the
Which
building.
I've never entered the property. That's what I've been recording all the time.
But you've been recording the building is what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. That's right. Yeah.
Well, as I already said, you're not allowed to record any building where.
I don't believe that's true.
Well, you can come in and take a
No,
look
I'm
at
not coming on your
it.
property.
I got the documentation.
Yeah, if you want to
inside.
print it out or bring it out, or to give me a link to it, write it down, and I'll go
Right here, I'll
look
get
that.
it.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Tim. All right, guys. So thanks for watching. We've got Tim, Officer 9029. He claims that I can't film from a public sidewalk here and film the courthouse, and he's claiming that there's some sort of rule or governance that's going to dictate that I can't actually film the courthouse. So I didn't actually expect anything to happen on this audit. So this is gold. All right, we're gonna wait for Tim and see what he has to say. Okay, guys, give me a sec. While we're waiting for Officer Tim to bring these documents, which may or may not actually say this. I don't think so. I can't see them say, well, you can't film from a public place. That's just absolutely crazy. Anyway, we'll see what happens here. As you can imagine, we're not going to stop filming, and we'll see how crazy Tim gets. On this audit, guys, I'm going to try to stay as calm and rational, unless of course they get rude and dirty type thing. I have no doubt backup is on the way. Oh, here he comes. Thanks for getting that. I appreciate that. A lot of them would tell you to look it up. I appreciate the effort you went.
So, I mean, you don't have to worry about this one here because you're not at a hearing at all, right?
Right.
Okay. Or any person entering or leaving the room in which a court hearing is to be or has been convened.
Okay, but that's a courtroom. That's not out here. I don't know who's in what courtroom, right?
Well, we're not finished
All
yet.
right.
Any person in the building in which a court hearing is to be or has been convened, or where there is reasonable grounds to believe that a person is there for the purpose of attending or leaving the hearing.
How would I know that, though? Who's in there? Or who's in what courtroom, or who's appearing on any given day?
I don't know. I didn't write it. I can only tell you what it says.
Got ya.
This isn't my creation.
Got ya. So your interpretation of that is that I can't film from a public space on a public sidewalk, the building.
No, what I'm saying is that you can't record any persons.
Right. I haven't. No one in or out. No one in or
Yes or
out.
no?
As a matter of fact, the video will show that when I thought someone was turning in to the parking, I actually put it down so I didn't get his car. I'm courteous.
Right there, you don't have their permission to record them, and
I don't need their
here-
permission in public.
If they are here for a hearing of any kind,
But I would have no way of knowing that.
that doesn't make
What
it
about
right or
people with
wrong.
dash cams on their cars that catch these people coming in and out? Are
But
you saying
that
they're
is-
breaking the law?
They are on the road and they are merely making
Gotcha.
a maneuver on
And
the road.
inadvertent, and if their cameras catch it, that's okay?
Well, there's nothing we can do about something that's on the road.
Right, right. But you can do something about this. You can come out
I
and
didn't say I
try
was doing
to...
anything about it. I'm here to ask you why you're doing
Gotcha,
it.
gotcha. Okay.
I'm
I
just
appreciate the
wondering
civility.
what your-
I appreciate the
What
civility.
your reasoning is for recording the building.
Just doing an audit. Me
An
seeing
audit?
if you just seeing if you guys respect the rights to film from public places
And
and
so-
public buildings. Do you know who pays for this stuff? All of this?
It comes from the tax dollars.
Right. So what does that mean? Who pays for this? The
Everybody
uniform you
does.
wear, the gun you, the taser, the camera you wear. Who pays for all that?
I'm aware of that.
Okay, so then I have the right to come and film my government entities anytime I like.
And
I
I'm
understand
just asking
that.
you why
I
you're
understand
doing
that, and I'm respecting that. I already respected that before you even came and asked me. It's like you'll see the video. But yeah, no, I really think you're wrong on that. That sounds ridiculous.
I'm
What
wrong
about
on what?
surveillance cameras? Person on that house, for example, has a surveillance camera. It watches the street, but it also catches this or there, and it catches the front door. You're saying every time that they catch somebody coming in and out, that's intentional. That's specifically, for example, surveillance, right?
It's surveillance for that building, but it is not specific.
You know
to
that's
this
freedom
building.
of information too. Like I could go and say, for example, court requests say surveillance, or I could get a lawyer to do a court surveillance if I just wanted footage of the building, right? That's not illegal. There's nothing illegal with filming the government entities. Who told you that you can't film this specifically?
I never said you couldn't. I'm saying that you're not allowed to film. It says, I believe, for dissemination.
Gotcha. You mean for publication?
I
Is
believe
that what you? Is
publication
that how you would
actually-
interpret that? Or just say, for example, posting it on Facebook. That would be
It does say for dissemination.
Right.
So if you are to go and spread it,
right. So if I were to spread, for example, a likeness of somebody who was in, say, an ongoing litigation, for example, and it got out to the public about, right, and that's what you're,
it would depend on the content of the video.
right, okay, for, say, news purposes.
Well, for news purposes, they generally record everybody on public sidewalks. They don't record them in the building.
No, they record from. There's tons of clips where they're showing people going in and out of courtrooms. It's like it sounds ridiculous what you're saying. Like there's not. You can go into Toronto courthouses.
I didn't make the rule.
I know, but
It's
no.
printed. I'm just telling you
I
what
think
it
you're
is.
misinterpreting it, because otherwise, all these media companies who in high-profile cases come out of courtrooms and stuff and court cases, nobody's telling them they can't do
They
that.
generally record the lawyers. The lawyers make the comments. So they don't record the actual
Gotcha.
individuals.
Yeah.
And that would be the difference.
See, like those
there.
two guys going in there, I wouldn't record them just because I respect, right? I understand
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But again, I'm only wondering why you're doing it.
It's just to see how you react, how you come out and deal with me. I'm glad you came out civilly, and I got to say it, RP has a nasty habit of just being rude and uncivil. So that's what I do. I hold cops accountable here in town.
Okay.
You've
and
probably seen my videos.
How do you hold us accountable?
I just video and make sure that when you guys are acting like, frankly, jackasses, I will expose you, and I put it on my YouTube. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see. Well, I'm glad to see
You've been
you're
very,
recording
very,
us that
very
way.
civil. You've been very cordial. I really appreciate the way you approach this.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, guys. There you go. That was Officer Tim, 9029. He came out and actually was civil. He had a very civil discourse. He didn't try to threaten, didn't try to intimidate. The cops involved on all my last videos, on all my other videos, should take a lesson from Officer Tim, 9029. He handled himself excellently. He came out, he engaged, and we talked. There was no yelling, there was no screaming. I expressed to him that I think he's wrong in his interpretation of that. Regardless, I think we've all seen news programs and what have you, where people are coming in and out of courtrooms all the time, and there's never any issue, especially if it's for public interest, media dissemination, that kind of thing. So I think what that pertains to is specifically signed gag orders. I'm going to look into it, because Officer Tim may be right. As you guys noticed, I wouldn't actually film if there is any if someone's walking by type thing, I definitely wouldn't just film. Would try to be a little bit of respectful. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go on this one. I would call this a pass for them. Like I say, the other officers that I've dealt with here here in Welland, with the exception of a few, I've had also in my past videos, you might have noticed there was a positive interaction where I was doing an interview with two of them outside Express. They were walking the beat, and it went wonderfully, and I was so proud to post it. If only that kind of attitude was pervasive here along the rest of them. So anyway, something to be learned. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the views, and this one went really well. I'm going to do a little bit of research and see if Officer 9029 was right. I'm not sure about that, but in any case, we've cracked our first auditing cherry. Thank you. You leave in the comments if how you think I did, and how you think I interacted with the officer. Anybody who's watched my other videos know I tend to fly off the handle, and it never turns out well regarding civil discourse and just having an actual conversation. So please like, share, smash that subscribe button if you haven't, and keep notified of my channel, because I'm going to probably bring you some more of these and see how they go. Thank you very much for the views. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.